We're going to be starting off with Liquid Rare. Oh, God, my R's and W's lately, for some reason, have been mixing each other up. In the upper right-hand corner, it is Liquid Red in the blue, starting up here for Liquid, making his first appearance here in the SC2 ITL. He did not play last week when they went up against EC Visualize last week. TLO started, and then Bunny cleaned on up afterwards as well, as they took down ECV pretty easily. It wasn't much of a competition, if I'm going to be that honest with you, although there were some okay games, but it was one of the more one-sided stomp matches of the week. In the lower left-hand side corner of the map, we have Invasion eSports Genji, who they didn't get off to a great start last week either. Fnatic plus T went ham. Showtime and Hearthstone killed off combined. They killed off Keen, Top, DRG, and Theo, which was an amazing lineup from Invasion, and they killed them off without much of a problem at all. So yeah. Oh, I've missed Axiom, says Hertenko. Yes, unfortunately you have, but you can check the VODs. They'll be up on youtube.com/SC2 Improve tonight. It'll be the first thing I'm doing. It'll be the first thing I do after going off stream here today. And of course, you'll be able to watch the rebroadcast while you wait for those as well, if you're looking for some StarCraft action. So, yeah, guys, how's everyone doing? We are just getting into this PvZ to get things started. Give me a very quick moment to just... should we tweet? No, let's not tweet. Let's tweet after this game. Let's tweet after this game. How about that? That's a better idea. Okay, so... Right, okay, let me get my screens up in the right order again. We should be good to go. So we've got a probe coming across the map. It's just been a gateway expand out of Genji. And Rhett is going to go free hatch before pool here. No pool. First hatch. Second hatch. And of course, hatch already in the main base. So free hatch before pool. And, yeah, I mean, a pretty greedy opening here. So, considering he didn't decide to drone scout or anything, he's just kind of playing the risk. And it's going to pay off for him, because with a gateway expand, you're not really going to be able to get much done to kind of punish free hatcheries before pool. So, you know, you can chrono out a zealot, you can chrono out two zealots, but you're just not going to kill much. And you might be able to force some zerglings, which can be nice, yes, definitely. You know, if you can force a couple of zerglings, it'll definitely slow down the drones of the drone count of your opponent. But you're not going to be able to just straight up kill him simply because he went free hatch before pool. We've got Stalk on the way as well, but so it's going to very much be about the kind of Queen's Ling combo to defend this third base, as this first zealot does move across the map. Go Liquid, says Geldin737 in the chat. Do let us know who you're supporting here today, guys. We would love to know who you guys want to see take this victory between Liquid and Invasion eSports. As again, Invasion eSports a bit of trouble as they got 4-1'd by Fnatic last week, and of course Liquid in a prime position in the league so far because they took a 4-1 victory over. They took a 4-1 victory over who did they take a 4-1 victory over? As first drone goes down there over EC Visualize. Is this live? It's not completely. Well, I am live, but this match is from replays. As we see a very fast robo facility coming down here for Genji, right in his wall as well. So I mean, 5-minute robo facility almost immediately says, "Hey, I want to go for some kind of immortal all-in or something like that," straight off the bat. So looking for aggression here right from the get-go, as we have a hatchery here just chilling out, gonna see what he's just going to drone up from this. I mean, the first Stalker and Zealot haven't really achieved much. They killed a single worker, which is nice, but they only really forced 6 Zerglings. So Rhett is in a great position right now. He's just continuing to make drones. He's making a couple more lings, getting his Zergling speed, and just getting set up in towards his mid game. Now, the one thing I'm a little bit worried about for Rhett is that he doesn't really have any scouting information. He doesn't have any real overlords in position to go scout either. However, he does have some lings moving across the map, and if lings do come up this ramp, they're going to see the robo facility because of the way it's placed, of course, because it's in the ramp. So he can the scouting position, the scouting information is available to Rhett. The question is he going to take the opportunity to really, well, is he going to take the opportunity to just actually look for that? To actually scout. Finally got my words out. So yeah, this probe's going to get taken down here, and that will just be picked off there, which is pretty nice here to start up. First Mortal being chrono boosted out. We're going up to 5 gateways already, or 6 even. 1. Okay, just 4. Am I done? Okay, I can't count. For some reason I thought we got up to 6. So just a few gateways here to start off with. There's another round of drones coming in from Ret. Does he see up that ramp? Yes, he did. He sees the fast robo facility. And he will have seen a chrono boosting as well. So he's already going to be building up a little bit of an idea about what his opponent is going to be going for in this game. He's still got Zergling speed, so he will be able to just move around with these Zerglings and keep up that scouting and try and spot if anything else is coming his way. As we do see just as gas coming down on the natural expansion here of Ret as well. So just getting his gas set up, as he is going to be going into roaches in the very near future with this roach roaring finishing. So he's just going to... He actually is already cutting drones, so I think he's already got a really good idea about what's going on here. Cutting workers at about 40. He's just making pure units right now. A couple more overlords. He's going to be able to make roaches. He can afford about 8 or so roaches here to begin with, although he's still just spamming out the Zerglings. And that's not too bad of an idea, because initially if you can get these Zerglings in and force some force fields, that'd be great. And in fact, this army right now isn't the best of armies to actually deal with Zerglings. I mean, he'd use the majority of his... Tastalip wants to join in. He'd use the majority of his force fields trying to defend against us, I think, and you can see it right now, 3 force fields going down, and there's only 3 sentries, so Pylon goes down as well. I believe the probe's been picked off, and the Mortals have also lost their shields. This has been a great initial engagement here by Ret. He's picked off a lot. He's going to go in again, and there we go. Some more force fields having to be used. Now, all of these Zerglings will go down, but he's done some good damage here. He's forced pretty much every force field out of the sentries. He's done a lot of damage to this first Immortal, although the shields will regenerate. But he's really bought a lot of time more than anything else, because the probe's gone down, the pylon's gone down, and that means the closest reinforcement point for Genji is going to be this warp prism, because he is actually walled in, so he can't get another probe out on the map. So this has become very quickly a little bit of a disaster for our Protoss player, who maybe just moves in over towards this third base and tries to take that instead. I mean, he could maybe ferry a probe out with the warp prism. You know, pick up a probe. I mean, it might be good, worthwhile doing that anyways, just to get pylons out on the map so you can use the warp prism to keep the Immortals alive, rather than having to use it to warp in from all the time. So, Genji moving across the map. He does have 3 Immortals in total, so this is a little bit of a scarier force than what he had originally. But Ret, there's a little bit of supply block right now, actually. He's added on a couple more drones. As those overlords come up, this is the supply block, which is going to hurt him more than anything else. But he's got a counter-attack going on over here, and this could turn into a little bit of an interesting base trade scenario. As we see right now, Genji is still sitting aggressively. Ret kind of realizing that his opponent's army isn't here, and he began to move his army back, but now he's actually just going to keep on moving forwards. The robo facility will go down here very quickly, and as he moves up the ramp, a force field is dropped. The pylons will start falling on either side, and well, it looks as though these units are going to be able to just move on through in towards this natural expansion, as the whole army recalls here from Genji, so doesn't really get anything done with that at all. But he's lost his robo facility, so now he's just on pure gateway units to back up these Immortals. So I mean, if this game goes on a lot longer, which at this rate it definitely could, because I don't see any way for Genji to end it soon, he's going to be stuck only reproducing gateway units, so he really is going to have to just take care of these Immortals. And you can see he's already worried about that. Rebuilds the robo facility, realizing, hey, probably, you know, that could be pretty useful, because if the game goes on, I might need more Immortals. I might need to tech switch into Colossi. So, group of units moving through the middle of the map here, and Genji going to get ready to go. As a few roaches, a few Zerglings are going to start working down on these rocks, which will delay the Protoss play for a little bit longer. This warp prism's been keeping track of these roaches, and these roaches will run into a few stalkers here, and only manages to pick off one of those actually. Will now back away though, and the force field not able to do too much roach speed, making these roaches a little bit too fast for this army to really be able to grab onto and get anything done against. Ret now decides to take down these rocks. He's sick of having them down. He wants them open. He wants access to his base, and maybe just wants to come in for a bit of a surround here, because he does have roaches positioned to the right. He's going to come up here, and it's going to be a pretty nice concave from Ret, as the force fields will have to begin coming down. First time up, really nice in fact. Going to really slow down the advancement of these units, but the first Immortal's already fallen here, so the firepower, a lot of it, is already kind of just dissipated, and now all the sentries are going to go down. More force fields are being dropped, but that's pretty much all the force fields, and now there's nothing left to protect these Immortals from the roaches just coming in, surrounding them and picking them off. And the last sentry will go down as well here, as Ret will continue giving chase to the rest of this army, and Genji is in a lot of trouble. It all comes back to that first engagement. Ret just had way too much. He was way too well prepared for the small amount of units which were initially moving across the map from Genji before he reinforced it at all. And from that advantage, Ret has just been able to keep on pushing forwards and keep on, you know, taking a lead in this game. He'll move up this ramp a little bit further, as a couple more stalkers will get taken down. That should be just about it. An Immortal might be able to pop out before the robo facility goes down. It's going to be very close, maybe not. Okay, I'll pop out because Ret is dancing his roaches. And a couple of force fields will land, and only a few roaches get one through into the natural so far. But Ret here, a very convincing victory in game number 1 of Liquid versus Invasion eSports. Of course, Invasion have a lot of scary players on their roster. DRG, Super, Gumiho, Keen, Top. A lot of scary Koreans they can pull out to try and bring in a victory. As Zerglings and Zealots and Probes being pulled forwards into these roaches, and I mean that's not really ideal by any stretch of the imagination. As all of these probes go down, the sentries go down, the Immortal goes down, and on 28-30 supply, Genji is still trying to hold on. Don't know whether these guys, whether Genji just doesn't like Ret or something and doesn't want to believe that he's lost to him or what. But yeah, these gateways are going to get targeted down, and these will continue to fall here. There's more roaches coming up this ramp as well, so I mean, he's still trying to rebuild gateways in the back. Like, there's absolutely no hope. He's got Warp Prism coming in. I'm not sure if that's actually really done anything or what, but I mean, this is game over. He's still pulling probes. Roaches are still streaming in, and I wonder who's going to come out for game number 2. Is my question at this point of the game. As he is just going to clean up, and is he actually going to have to kill every building before Genji leaves? He's even building a nexus to the top side of his base. Well, questionable, but yeah, there must be something. He does type GG in the end. So he does type GG, and Ret takes Team Liquid into a 1-0 advantage in this best of 7 all kill between Liquid and Invasion.